waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we start the new season. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. And here's what the Milwaukee Bucks schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And for their matchup with the Raptors, that's a contest that I'll keep an eye on. That'll be the 5th time they take it to the floor, and they want to get off to a fast start this year.
Here are the starters for Utah. They've got Bam Adebayo. He's out there with Walker Kessler. Thompson out there with George. And for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Benedict Mathurin. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's LeVert in at the shooting guard position. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver. Head up, scanning the floor, surveying the situation. Lillard makes a terrific feed. Excellent point guard play.
Now here's George. Adebayo, a screen on Lillard. Lillard against George. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
George hits them both. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
They split the 2 games they played last year. Both teams really struggled to find wins throughout the season.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
With the
oh my goodness! Disrespectful. He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by the Jazz. Pass to Holmes. Utah grabs the miss.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Adebayo, always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
The moment Bam gets the ball close in, he's really hard to stop.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Now here's George, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass, just sailed it right out of bounds.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. All right, let's go to Allie LaForce now, who spoke with Doc Rivers.
Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And you see the tight handles from Thompson. He can break defenders down in pick and roll, ISO, you name it.
Lillard finds Holmes. Now Lillard. To stop the run. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
George against Lillard. George, good.
They're really working the paint now.
Bucks trail by 7. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And it's the 2K leaderboard. Team leaders in blocks last season. The fourth spot held by Utah.
They had the bodies and the energy needed to be a strong defensive team, and they made it hard for opponents to do damage.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Adebayo. Antetokounmpo. Bam!
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Now here's George. And the bucket is good. George has got 6.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Here's Lillard. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Holmes. Here's Lillard for 3. Mathurin knocks down the long J.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
George scanning the floor. Now here's Kessler. Yep, that one goes.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Lillard. Picked by Holmes. Fires from deep. Lillard can't get it to go.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Well, Clark, Lillard's scoring isn't what it once was, but he's still a major threat from outside.
He sure is. I tell you what, he's got such great range and such command of the ball in his body. He can get the shot he wants more times than not. And he's actually gotten better, I think, when he's working off the ball. You still have to be very much aware of where Damian Lillard is when he's on the court.
Collier, he's checked in for Utah. And both free throws good for Lillard. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 5. Adebayo, a screen on Mathurin. Shot clock at 6. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
That free throw is good from Thompson.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And when it came to rebounding, they were in the top half of the league. They refused to be outworked, never afraid to make it a physical battle.
And as for their shot blocking, interior defense was one of the hallmarks of this team. They protected the rim and forced teams to beat them on the perimeter. Now here's Lillard. Stolen by Kessler. And here's the fast break. Pass to Adebayo. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Mathurin. Here's Adebayo. Can't get it to drop. Good D by Antetokounmpo. The Bucks trail by 9. To the paint. Here's LeVert. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Kessler down low. Holmes is on him. Thompson right side. LeVert with a rebound. Milwaukee's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And another miss by Milwaukee.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
With the step back, here's Collier.
Oh my! I mean,
Gets you some!
Hard on that one, BA. They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And it's Lillard with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 11. Antetokounmpo outside. Three-pointer Mathurin. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Adebayo passes to George. Back to Adebayo. And they double up Adebayo. 6 to shoot. Kessler, a screen on Mathurin. Thompson passes to Kessler. Can't connect from short range. Well, the Bucks shooting only 31% to get this game underway. Pass to LeVert. And here's Lillard. Screen by Antetokounmpo to win the drought. Just off on that shot. Just 1 for 7 in the game.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Adebayo finds George. Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on LeVert. Here's Collier. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Rashawn Holmes picks one up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
No good on that one. Good on the second one. The Bucks trail by 12. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Lillard passes to Doughton. Down low. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
A minute 35 left in the opening quarter.
Oh! Whoa! Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by Utah. Kuzma outside. Inside, tipped. And the Jazz pushing it up now. All right, let's get a report. Oh, throw it down! Nice!
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Jackson. Still no points. On the wing, Kuzma. 5 to shoot. And he buries his first look.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Let's go with a 3. Yes! Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Driving in. Oh, nice! Oh, big finish! Man! And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
For 3, here's Lillard. No good that time. And so it's Utah closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And they've pushed the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. Back to the game after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided. Game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Utah.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Jackson outside. Pass to Doughton. Now here's Smith. This one for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Defended by Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. And he buries his first look.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Doughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Oh, look at Giannis power in.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And he drives in. Got a piece of it. Antetokounmpo covering. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here's Doughton. Yet to see a basket. From 13. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board. Actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Utah. Thompson comes in for Bagley. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. It's a 13-point game. Brown, a screen on Adebayo. Here's Antetokounmpo. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. LeVert comes in for Doughton. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now here's LeVert. Still without a bucket. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Misses from close range. Jazz leading by 12. Here's Adebayo. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And with a strong physical profile, Adebayo is willing to battle, always on the interior.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Back to LeVert. There's the triple. Nails it from 3. LeVert's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
They are definitely shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Pass to Thompson. Over Kuzma. Thompson's shot is off.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
LeVert finds Antetokounmpo. From behind the arc. Thompson pulls it in. Jazz leading by 11. Drives to the hoop. And taking a look at last year's stats. Here were the players that led the way in terms of steals. Amen Thompson, 4th.
Last year, he was really opportunistic defensively, creating havoc.
Utah shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. The first one falls. Milwaukee making some changes. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Kuzma. Lillard subbed in for Jackson. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Attention fans, here comes your box breaker crew. Fans, let's make some noise for the 414 crew.
Antetokounmpo for three. Yes, sir! Giannis showing the range.
Giannis constantly working on that outside shot, and you can see he's made progress.
Kessler, a screen on Mathurin. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's LeVert. The Jazz making their last shot. Holmes, no good. Here's Ellis, defended by Lillard. Ellis passes to Adebayo. And the big finish by Adebayo!
Yeah, his eyes opened wide. Adebayo knew he had a chance to do something special.
Bucks trail by 14. Lillard outside. And there's the lob. Oh, Giannis picking it out of the sky.
I love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Kessler, a screen on Lillard. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. That'll be the first leg of just a two-game trip for them.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
And it's Utah with the ball, following the score by Milwaukee. Here's Ellis. No made baskets yet. Drops in the three. And the Jazz lead by 13.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
One of the only ways to slow down Antetokounmpo is to get physical with him. But you know what? That may not work. He is so good at absorbing contact in the paint.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 14. Lillard outside. Outside Mathurin from deep. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the inside. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be a second. Foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Kyle Kuzma.
LeVert passes to Holmes. Counted. 2 for 4 from the field now.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Here's Collier, defended by Lillard. Kessler a screen. Here's Ellis. And the Jazz tack on 2 more. Bucks trail by 15. And here's LeVert. Lillard outside. No good with the triple.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Here's Lillard. The Jazz making their last shot. Here's Kuzma. Good D by Kessler.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it.
First and fewest turnovers per game, and they were solid in the steals category. Top 15, a team you couldn't fall asleep against when handling the rock.
And that was so impressive. The best team in the league at taking care of the basketball. I'm sure their coaches were proud of that number last season. Milwaukee has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. LeVert outside. Kuzma outside. And another miss by Milwaukee.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Pass to Collier. Back to Kessler. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. That'll put Walker Kessler on the line. Rashawn Holmes picks one up.
Kessler. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. The Bucks trail by 19. Pass to Lillard. For 3, Mathurin. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Here's Collier. There's 53 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Ellis. He buries it from 3. Ellis has got 8.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
You know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happened.
And Utah has possession after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And the layup is good.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Fires in the triple. He's got 7.
It's simple. Lillard is an elite shot maker.
Takes a step back. Takes a 3. The shot no good. And so it's the Utah Jazz out in front by 9. Going into the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Good to see you, and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be picking up that big old dub.
So, Shaq, how many of those Game 1 home openers did you actually win over your career?
AOT, Ernie, all of them.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you gotta like what we're seeing from Amin Thompson.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Karis LeVert is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's Holmes in at the center position. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Antetokounmpo. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Antetokounmpo has got 16 points now. Jazz leading by 17. Count that bucket.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's LeVert. Floats one up, and the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
And such a powerful player. Mathurin using that athleticism to draw fouls inside.
Well, Clark, talking about Benedict Mathurin, he's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Mathurin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada. Boy, you look at the toolkit Mathurin has, coupled with his production and his maturity. Boy, he's got a chance to dominate in this league.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Bucks. And now a look at last season's most proficient free throw shooters. Second, Damian Lillard.
Very steady at the line. He's a guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
The Bucks trail by 17. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Goes up on the wing. That shot, no good.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Antetokounmpo covering.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks, trailing by 19. Outside Mathurin. A clear look for Antetokounmpo. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Antetokounmpo has got 18 points in the game. The Jazz have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. George with it, and it's Holmes picking him up. Second chance shot. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Jazz lead by 19.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Holmes, a screen on George. Oh, wasted no time on that one. 10 points for him.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Over to the wing. Pulls it. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Crashes the glass with authority, then puts it back strong.
Next level, man. This guy's just going out and making a play.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game." And I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player.
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Ali. Thank you. Antetokounmpo covering. Up and in on the layup.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
LeVert outside.
Number 11.
Curry, he's checked in for Utah. Duarte comes in for George.
Jazz substitution. Seth Curry. Chris Duarte.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Antetokounmpo. Off target with a jump hook. Utah leading by 20. Lets it go. Misses off the right iron. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. LeVert outside. For 3, here's Lillard. Can't hit that one.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for him.
Yeah, more points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Timeout.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Kuzma, he's checked in for Matherin. There's the double with Thompson. Here's Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Yeah, Kuzma has gotten pretty good at this, spotting those open guys who are prepared to shoot.
Kessler a screen. Here's Collier. Good. Collier's got 5 points.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Lillard outside. It's LeVert on the wing. Kuzma for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. From 8 feet. Adebayo, no good. The Bucks have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Shoots from 14. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Kuzma against Thompson. Going inside. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
My goodness. Amen Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
Milwaukee is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Right wing. Lillard finds LeVert. Kuzma for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Curry passes to Adebayo. And then Adebayo slams it in.
The aggressiveness of Adebayo. He plays with so much energy and force close to the bucket.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. LeVert outside. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to LeVert. Lillard with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, Kessler with the block. And they recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Utah's got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Here's Collier. He's got 5, and he comes up with a bucket. Collier's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. Hey, guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 10.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
And here's Curry for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Pass to Antetokounmpo to halt the run. And Giannis with the dunk.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Here's Collier. 7 points in the game. On the wing, Curry. He's checked by LeVert. Curry's shot is off. And Milwaukee's shooting a disappointing 38%. For 3, here's Lillard. Counted from distance. Lillard's got 13 now.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, his 2nd since halftime.
Outside Curry. Adebayo, a screen on LeVert. Curry, count it.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Lillard. 1:42 left in the third quarter. Here's Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Padding the stat sheet, getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation.
Hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Here's Curry. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Fires the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Curry's got his 2nd basket on the night.
At the arc, Curry's so consistent. I mean, he'll knock it down every chance he gets from there.
LeVert outside. Antetokounmpo outside. Holmes, a screen on Adebayo. Antetokounmpo outside. Over Adebayo. Another one falls for Milwaukee.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Here's Collier. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
What a swat by Giannis. Love the force he throws those shots away with.
Holmes finds Antetokounmpo. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Thompson passes to Kessler. And it's off the back of the rim, no good.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
And so it's Utah. Continuing to pile it on, up 22 as we head to the break. Call off the Dogs. They've been completely dominant. We're headed for a blowout. We'll be right back with you shortly. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Taking a look at the Jazz. Outside, Brown. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, NBA.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Milwaukee's shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Doughton. Outside, Brown. Launches a three. Drains the triple. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Brown locked in and concentrating well there, getting that three to fall.
Brown with some nice D. The Bucks trail by 21. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. Jazz leading by 21. And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
They've been slippery getting into the lane all game long, putting that help defense to the test.
Boy, they showed no hesitation on the mid-range game as well. I thought that was really a big key for them.
And stolen by Bagley. Defended by Kuzma. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Doughton. Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Adebayo's got 8 rebounds in the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Clock at 6. With the teardrop. Got it. He's got 22.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
Back to Bagley. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Here's Doughton. Outside, Brown. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Bam Adebayo. And the Bucks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And that one falls for Antetokounmpo. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by Utah. LeVert finds Kuzma. Jackson outside. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Hounded by Adebayo. Antetokounmpo against Adebayo. And here's LeVert for 3. Rebound, Utah. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds now. Defended by Kuzma. Antetokounmpo with the block. And the Bucks pushing it up now. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo is really an absolute terror in the open floor. I mean, love seeing a guy his size run the floor the way he does. Wow, impressive.
Milwaukee foul. Jeff Belton. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He's off on the first. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination. Drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Bucks. Lillard comes in for Doughton. Now here's Kuzma. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Off target from outside.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
To the right side. Oh, from deep.
Utah foul. Flag. First personal foul.
A line change here for Utah.
Substitution on the court.
The Bucks have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. LeVert outside. Thompson against Kuzma. Pass to Lillard. Now Holmes. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Thompson outside. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Antetokounmpo outside. Back to Lillard. Shoots over Collier. And that one's good. Lillard.
Dame is money from the mid-range. He's done this so many times during his career.
Thompson against Kuzma. Kessler passes to Ellis. Kessler a screen. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Now Lillard. Kuzma outside. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo for 3. He's off on that one.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Collier. Here's Kessler. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Kuzma. And he can't hit the second. And they get it back. Well, Milwaukee's shooting only 36% since the fourth quarter started. Holmes down low. Got a hand on it. Here's Collier, defended by Lillard. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Lillard. Can they get it? He can't hit that time. Utah has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. From 11 feet away, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Now here's Holmes. Lillard with the ball, and Kessler picks him up defensively. Oh, Kessler with the block. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
And again, it's the Bucks missing.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
Here's Collier. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter here. From the arc. And Holmes pulls it down. The Bucks shooting about 41%. Here's LeVert. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Jazz.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And one thing about Matherin, he keeps pressure on that defense.
The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Matherin. There's 45 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Collier. Pass to Ellis. And here is Thompson. He's covered by Matherin. LeVert outside. And here's Lillard. LeVert outside. Puts it up from 12. Deflected. Driving to the basket.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
15 foul. At the line for the Jazz.
That one misses.
2 shots.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Antetokounmpo outside. And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And time to present our player of the game.